Good afternoon, everyone. This is Karen Main, and today I am continuing with Chapter 5 on our book study, Mass Matters. Today's chapter is called A Vestibule Reflection. And this is a very, very consolidated short chapter, but it actually is a chapter that actually creates quite a large controversy within our parish of St. Raphael's Parish. So as we kind of walk through what this chapter is highlighting, I believe that most people will probably be on one side or the other side of the fence with this discussion. What we're really talking about in this particular chapter is the tension that we feel between a level of fellowship before Mass that parishioners would like to share, where we have time where people are greeted and they share with each other. And we also have people that are coming to Mass early to spend some quiet, reflective, prayerful time in the pews with God, with Jesus, before Mass begins. So, on this holy ground, how do we decipher between chit-chat and silence? And it really is a sense of sanctuary, how we define that, so that we also do not become a battle of a marketplace atmosphere. And we have really tried to deal with the issue, especially in our gathering space following Masses, that we don't begin to look like a marketplace. But we also know that we are a parish that has many feelers in many different areas, not only within our parish community, but within our school system that we're associated with, our Catholic school system, Lourdes, our outreach programs in the city, our outreach programs through our mission trips, and we have mission trips that are adults, we have mission trips that are high school seniors. We're, an outreach and trying to reach out through all of those many, many different ministries and resources that we reach to. So the discussion really is one that we battle. I don't know that we ever will come to a concise decision or a concise answer for individuals. We try to meet individuals kind of midway on this. Reverence doesn't come easy, the chapter talks about, and we want to be a welcoming parish, and yet we want to respect the silence in the church that people are asking for. We do recognize that when we talk about the word fellowship, that really comes to mind in the activities and the coffee and donuts that take place in the hall following Mass. And we also know that for a lot of people, and the personality and the characteristics that our parish has, is that a lot of our parish members aren't really used to a real silent atmosphere. That type of silence can possibly be unnerving, or they can sometimes sense that silence as unwelcoming time. So finding that balance is really an ongoing issue that we battle all of the time. They do talk, though, that right before Mass begins, that silence is really necessary to frame the beauty of what we're about to receive. And as people are coming to Mass, I do really, my own personal opinion, is one that right before Mass begins, and if that's really the best time that we can at least as a congregation come together to silence our hearts and our minds, that it is important that we do set aside a couple moments, and even if it's brief moments, that as a parish community, we come together as one unified moment before Mass to recognize the importance and the beauty of what's about to take place. So that's really all I have today, is that it's just a reminder that even though we are very social, and maybe as we come out of this time of isolation through the pandemic, we see that we are a people of community, and I know that we're going to rejoice when we can begin to see faces and hear the voices of the people that we have been separated from over the past couple of months. But let's also remember that Jesus went apart by himself to think and to pray. There were times that Jesus became exhausted from the number of healings, from the people that were approaching him, from the level of what was going on with his ministry and how that was taking off, that Jesus really realized that he needed that moment of silence to really have that solitude where he could be in full wisdom with who he was and what he was about. So hopefully as we move forward, maybe you'll take more time to appreciate or to try something that maybe you haven't done. If you're a social person who comes to church and really wants to have that time to greet your fellow parishioners, just be cognizant of the people that also would like to have that moment of prayer time to settle their hearts and minds before Mass begins. If you are someone that really wants or craves more of that quiet, reverent time, maybe you can just open your eyes a little bit to the people that really are fed through the communication and the fellowship that other parishioners are sharing with each other when they do come to Mass. And it's very important that they make that connection to their fellow parishioners who are of like mind and of like faith. So maybe if we look at polarized ends of this, if we can sort of move a little bit and just look through the lenses of people who are sharing a different experience, we can come to appreciate all that we offer in our parish. Again, are you one that tends to be more of a social individual coming to Mass? And if so, how are you fed by that social activity? And is it church activity, or can maybe some of that wait, some of that conversation, could it wait to maybe after Mass, in the gathering space, in the hall, in the parking lot? Or if you are a very more reverent and quiet type of prayer individual, seeking that before Mass, how might you seek out that solitude? And are you able to do that and block out some of the other noise that you might consider that, to see that the beauty of some of that socialization taking place is important as well? So maybe you'll take a little different look and learn to appreciate that all is good. We deal with these issues all the time. It's something that we work through. We try to redesign our space to help to accommodate. We try to bring people into the silence and the reverence of what they're about to experience in the beauty of the Mass. So hopefully by the end of this book study, we'll have a new appreciation for one and for all. Until next time, have a great week. Bye now.